Sugar is turning bitter for Indians as prices are suddenly soaring. The situation got so bad that the government was forced to allow import of 10 lakh metric tons of sugar for the first time in a decade and has also limited stocking of sugar by bulk consumers and dealers to stop hoarding. Now, retail sugar prices have jumped from around rupees 48 per kg in July to nearly rupees 56 per kg in August, a rise of roughly 16% in just a month. And almost as soon as prices started climbing, the conversation turned to ethanol. Critics and the opposition said that India's ethanol blending push has been quietly diverting sugarcane away for ethanol production. Now, India has spent the last several years aggressively pushing an ethanol blending program, the target being 20% ethanol blended into petrol. And social media is now full of memes on this.
During the festive season, you are now going to think twice before having Kaju Katli with imported sugar. Because Kaju Katli with ethanol, not as delicious.
ये जो चीनी आपको दिख रही है ना, ये सब महंगी हो गई. क्यों? क्योंकि इसमें भी शुगर केन का यूज होता है और एथेनॉल में भी शुगर केन का यूज होता है.
However, the government has refuted these claims. In a statement, the Union Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution Ministry noted that it was incorrect to blame ethanol production for the sugar prices. According to the government, the share of sugar diverted towards ethanol has actually fallen from around 12% in 2022-2023 to about 9% in 2025-2026. And there's another important detail. Reportedly, nearly 3/4 of India's ethanol production now comes from grains, particularly maize rather than sugarcane. So what's actually behind the surge in price? The government has pointed to a few factors. To begin with, a real production shortfall. This season's output estimated at 30.6 million tons versus an initial 34.3 million tons. Now this was caused by red rot disease, often known as the cancer of sugarcane. Scientists note that red rot is a fungal disease which attacks sugarcane, particularly its stalk, and interferes with the movement and storage of water and nutrients inside the plant. Reportedly, red rot does not merely blemish the crop, it also eats into the part of the plant from which sugar is extracted. Along with this, waterlogging from heavy rain in Maharashtra and Karnataka in late 2025 also hurt production. The government has also blamed El Nino for the price rise. There's also another factor, the premature export clearances. Early expectations of a bumper harvest led the government to approve 2 million tons in export quotas. Around 8 lakh tons were shipped out before exports were restricted, tightening reserve stocks. There's also pre-festive demand. Government says with Onam, Raksha Bandhan, Ganesh Chaturthi coming up, it has also coincided with reported hoarding and speculative trade stocking. So what is the government doing now? Well, keeping in mind that the festive season is around the corner, on May 13, the Modi government had already banned export of all sugar from the country until September 30, 2026. It also allowed duty-free import of 10 lakh tons of raw sugar until October 31st, 2026. The government has also imposed stock limits and warned against black marketing, as the Indian Sugar and Bioenergy Manufacturers Association has argued that the recent rally is being driven more by speculation than an actual physical shortage.
India does not have a sugar shortage. Our production and stock position remains fundamentally comfortable. What's happening is that some of the bulk buyers who would normally procure just in time have begun stocking, and due to the stocking which is happening for a month and a half or two in advance, that behavior has pulled sugar out of circulation and it stays in the godowns, creating an artificial tightness which has nothing to do with actual availability.